Okay, so the tabs are on my Patreon page if you want to follow along. I'm going to play through each lick slowly, talk through it, then play it slowly again. Okay, so the first lick. So our first one, we're picking the 11th fret of the G. You can either do a little pre-bend, which is what I was doing there, release it to 11, and then pull off to 9, or you can just do bend up, and then release to 9. So we do that, and then we pick the 12th fret of the B, full step bend, and then we just do the same thing again. So that lick. Second lick. So this is one of the longer ones. We're going to start on the 9th fret of the E, and then we're going to walk down, 12th fret of the B, 9th fret of the B. Then we're going to full step bend the 11th fret of the G, and then we're going to pick the two 9s, B and E. So that first bit. Then reach over with your ring finger, slide quickly from the 12th to the 11th of the G, back to the 9th fret of the G, and then we do a full step bend of the 11th fret and pull off back to the 9. Then a little walk down, 11th fret of the 9, 11th fret of the 9, 11th fret of the D, 9th fret of the D, slide the 11th fret of the A to the 9th fret, then pick the 7th fret, 9th fret. Then we slide in, so I'll play the third lick. So we slide into the 9th fret of the B, 12th fret of the B, then we go 9, 11 on the E, then do those same two notes again, hammer on, back to the 9th fret of the E, and then pull off from the 12th fret of the B to the 9th fret with either your ring or your little finger. Then do basically the same thing again, hammer on 9th fret to the 11th, back to the 9, pull off 12 to 9. Then this time only difference is we hammer onto the 12th fret of the E. Then we slide from the 12th fret of the E to the 14th fret, back to the 12, full step bend at the 14th, release it, and then 2 12s, and then the 14th fret. So through that line nice and slow. Then we have this line, couple of bends. So we're bending the 14th fret of the E string, picking it again at the top, releasing the bend and pulling off to 12. Then we pick the 14th fret of the B, full step bend, release, pull off, back to the 12. And then pick the 12th twice, 13th fret of the G. Okay, next line. So that's 13th fret of the G middle finger to start off with, 12th fret of the B, full step bend, 14th fret of the B. Don't release it, just let go of the pressure, and then we do a 1.5 step bend at the 14th fret, and then release that one. Twelfth fret of the B, 14th fret of the B, hammer on, pull off those two notes, Then we play the 13th fret of the G and do a half step bend, and then come back and pick 13. So the whole line. Next line. We're going to start on the 11th fret of the G, first finger, then play the 13th fret of the G, bend, half step bend, release, pull off to 11, slide to 9. Play the 11th fret of the G, pull off to 9, and then we're going to do a full step bend at the 11th fret and release, and then play the 9th fret and pull off from 11 to 9 on the D. Then we have a little walk up. So we're going to play the 9th fret of the G, hammer into the 11th fret with our middle finger, slide to the 13, play the 12th fret of the B, 14th fret, 16th fret, 17th fret, and then 3 bends, full step bends at the 19th fret of the B. And each one we're killing at the top, apart from the very last one, so that third one. Once you're at the top, pick it again, release the bend and pull off back to 17. Then we come up to those high bends. I'll play through the first one. So we bend the high string, the E string, 19th fret, full step bend. Just turn it up a little so you can hear. Then come back to the 19th fret, 17th fret. Then there's a little pause and we play the 19th fret of the B, full step bend, release, pull off. Ooh, without the open E. Then we do the 19th step bend again, pick the 19, 2 17s, and then we bend the 19th fret of the B again, kill it at the top and bend again, and pull off. So that whole line. Okay, one more line which is very similar. We bend the 19th fret of the E again. We play the 19, 17, bend the 19th fret of the B, kill it at the top. Then we do a 17th fret hammer on pull off to the 19th fret. Bend the 19th fret again, full step. Kill it at the top, 3 17s to finish. Then we have this line. And we see these slides a few times. So the first one we slide in 16th fret of the E with our middle finger, 17th fret of the B with our ring finger. Slide it in, then pick it twice more. Little pause, pick it twice again. Come back to 14th fret of the E, 16th fret of the B, pick it twice. 12th fret and the 14th fret once. Then slide the 14th fret of the B to the 16th fret. Then come back to the 14th fret and then the 12th fret of the B. Next line, very similar. So we do the same thing, we slide in, but we just do 2 16s. Then back to 14 16, 12 14. This time we bend the 14th fret of the B, full step. Back to 14. Hammer on pull off 12th fret to the 14th fret. 13th fret of the G. 12th fret of the B, 14 12. Last one, we just do those lines on the E string. So we're just going to slide in ring finger this time to 16 on the E, back to 14 again, 12th fret, then full step bend again on the B, 14th fret. Then we do a hammer on 12th fret, hammer on pull off 12th fret to 14, 13th fret of the G, 12th fret of the B. Then we do a 1.5 step bend again at 14, release it, full step bend at 14, release it, 2 12s, and then 14 and slide it out. Then we have that lovely bit where he is harmonizing with Robbie McIntosh. The first one, they're all pretty similar. So that's all on the B string, 14th fret, then bend the 16th half step to 17, 14 16, do the bend again, back to 16, 14 12, slide back into 14, 12 9. Slide back into the 14 to start, then we bend 16, then do it again, 16, 14, 12, this bit's slightly different, we slide into the 9th fret, then 11, 9 on the G, middle finger slides 11 to 13 on the G, and then you pick the 12th fret of the B, so that one goes like this. Next one sounds like this. So same thing, 14th fret, half bend 16 to 17. Do it again. Then 16, 14, 12, 14 slides in, 12 9. Last one's pretty much the same. So we play the 14th fret, bend 16 up, do it again, 16, 14, 12, slide into the 9th fret, and then slide from the 13th fret of the G down into the 11th. Or you can do a pre-bend and release. And then we have our last line, which I'll just lean back on because I need to get back to 1, which sounds like this. Then you finish on an E. So that last line, there's a lot of work going on in the left hand here. You do the 9th fret of the G, it's all on the G string. You're going to hammer into the 11th fret, and then pull off to the 9th and hammer on again to the 11th fret. Then you pick the 11th fret, slide to the 13, slide to the 16, slide back to the 13, all on one pick. Okay? Then we do this little line, all on one pick as well. We're going to hammer on 11th fret to 13, pull off, slide back to 9. Then hammer on to the 11th fret, pull off to 9, slide to 8. And then hammer on to the 9th fret, pull off to 8. Come back up to the 9th fret of the G, hammer on to the 11th, slide back to the 8, slide to the 4. Okay, then the last one, 3rd fret, hammer on, pull off to the 4th fret, slide to the 1. And then we do an E chord to finish. So that last line. Okay guys, thank you for watching. You can check out another one of my drum lessons here. There's a playlist full of guitar solos for you to learn, and I'll see you very soon.